So in today's video, we're going to cover what is probably the most common cause of bad shots that I see from the amateur golfers that I try and help. And that is perfect. So welcome to the first video in a 4-part series in association with the hanger, where we're really going to help you with your long game and your short game, give you some simple drills that you can do to improve your golf. Today we're starting with a full swing and we're going to cover probably the common reason that you hit bad shots. So if you're someone who struggles with direction or strike or distance, there's a very, very good chance that we're going to be covering the fault that is causing that, and we're going to use the hanger to show you just how you can do it. Let's quickly go through kind of what that fault is. It's really all to do with how you use your wrists in the golf swing. If you can learn how to use your wrists better, you will play better golf. It is that simple. What do we tend to see at setup? Well, we tend to see this lead wrist taking this very natural position where there's a little bit of shape, a little bit of cup, and you can see that there. Now, what we would generally see from the best players, the players that we aspire to be like, the players that hit the ball better than us, is that when they get to impact, that lead wrist has gone from this cupped position to a flat position. That is absolutely vital if you want to play good golf. What that does, it allows you to have some forward shaft lean, which helps you strike the ball, get your low point where it needs to be, controls the loft. And it also means that we have a square or a neutral club face. So important. What we tend to find is that those golfers will have this cupped wrist, and by the time they get to the top, it will be flat. And you can see here that lead wrist is nice and flat. What I then have to do is maintain that all the way down and into impact. It's not always what we see in the amateur game. In fact, we often see the complete opposite. We often see this wrist being in this very neutral position. At the top, we see almost that the wrist has gone into a more cupped position. You can see how there's more shape in that lead wrist. If I add shape to that lead wrist, I'm effectively opening the club face. What these golfers will often then do is, as they start down, they will open the face even more as they start to yank and pull on the handle. That wrist twists the opposite way. Club face gets extremely open halfway into the downswing. Now, if you start to get that club face severely open in the downswing, where you've got milliseconds before you hit the golf ball, what's going to happen? Well, clearly you're going to spend a lot of time looking for your golf balls in the right trees and the right rough, or you're going to start to make some really strange, awkward movements into impact in an attempt to get that ball to go a bit straighter. You might get it to go straight, but you're going to get some really awkward looking impacts in your strike, your distance, and your consistency are not going to be there. So the hanger is one of the best devices that I found to help train full swing right the way through to short games. If you'd like to get your hands on one of these devices, the hanger are giving 15% discount, and you can use the link in the description box down below to get access to that. And if you're not happy, there is also a full money back guarantee. So how can the hanger help? Well, this is one of my go-to training aids. I use this all the time because it just helps us so much, and obviously we're looking today at how we can use it to help train the wrist. This is going to give you some awareness and some feedback as to what you should be doing through your golf swing to control those wrists, control that face, and hit some better shots. I've got this device on just in its standard position where the plastic club head here references the club head down there, so I can check my alignment with this. And when I take my normal hold onto the golf club, the plastic part of the device at the top sits perfectly between my forearms. Now watch what happens when I move towards my impact condition. The top of the hanger suddenly starts to press against the inside of my lead forearm. And that tells me that my lead wrist is nice and flat, nice and neutral, and the club face is pointing down towards my target. So what we would tend to see from the best players is that from setup, when they get to the top, the hanger would be pressed against the forearm. If you struggle, if you slice, if you all those shots that we mentioned, when you get to the top, I'd almost guarantee that you will still have the device away from your forearm. As you start down, it's still away from your forearm, and as you get towards delivery position, we still haven't made contact. It's now far too late. You're going to slice the ball, early release, all those things that we don't want to do. So what you're looking to do with this device is very early in that backswing, put it against that lead forearm. You can see how I took that setup position, and during that takeaway, I connected the two. I get that feeling, I get that sensation against my lead forearm, and what that means is that club face is now beautifully controlled early in the golf swing. That club's only moved 3, 4, 5 feet, but I've got that club face under control. What I can then do, using the hanger as my reference, I can move up to the top, still feeling that connection, work it down, still feeling that connection, and then I can rehearse all the way into impact. Again, hanger against the forearm. Once I've rehearsed impact, I can then go all the way through to my finished position. So I can start to feel what I need to do to control the wrists. Like I said, if you can control the club face, so many good things happen. And that's what we're really looking to do here. So how would you begin? Well, exactly in the way we've just done there. I'm going to take my setup between the forearms, connect it early, keep on up to the top, work it down, and then I can go ahead to impact and then just chip the ball off the tee. At this stage, we're not looking for distance or looking for speed, we're just looking to, learn and understand what might well be, new movements that you aren't currently doing, that feel a little bit alien to you, feel a little bit strange, but this is a great way of practicing. So many of you will take your address, and throughout that whole golf swing, you will never ever feel that device against your forearm. If you make a golf swing and you do not feel that device against your forearm, that should send those alarm bells off that your club face is open throughout your whole backswing, throughout your whole downswing. That is something we absolutely need to change. This open face is often the cause of just almost all the shots that I see a golfer struggling with. So we need to change that. So once you've done a few of those, you can start to improve the timing and the tempo. So this time, we're going to go up and then through. Okay, a little bit off the bottom of the club, but again, I'm just trying to learn and develop these feels. Once I then take this away, I can try and make a golf swing where I'm just trying to replicate exactly what I've felt and sensed with that device. So I can walk up to the top, down, club face under control, work it through. So, if you want to eradicate many of the bad shots that are in your game, you need to be controlling your lead wrist. Your lead wrist is what controls the club face. If we can control the club face, we start to open up the chance of hitting much better shots, much straighter shots, much more solid shots with greater distance as well. And the hanger can absolutely help you do that. It's one of the best devices I found to help you train the lead wrist, control the club face and hit better golf shots. Thanks for watching. Usual stuff is down below, and hopefully we'll see you back here again soon. And make sure you check out video 2 coming very, very soon in this 4-part video series using the hanger.